The only thing more The only thing more scorching than the weather in Memphis is the team that calls the Bluff City home. Memphis 901 FC, winners of 5 straight at AutoZone Park, look to extend that streak to 6 against the reigning Western Conference champions. It's Memphis 901 FC against Phoenix Rising, starting now. Everybody to AutoZone Park in tonight's USL Championship matchup between Memphis 901 FC and Phoenix Rising FC. Well, it's a former club of my partner tonight. I'm Peter Edmondson, joined by JJ Greer. JJ used to play for Phoenix back a few years ago, and it's a matchup that's a big one for both teams.
A big one for both teams indeed. Quite a few years ago, 2017 was my last year with the club. Of course, they made some huge splash of a signing with Didier Drogba, Sean Wright Phillips, some really huge names in world soccer, not just USL Championship. Of course, they're a little bit past that now, but have seen some really great years in Phoenix Rising. This year, they're struggling a little bit. They'll want to get back on track tonight.
No question about it. As you mentioned, it's the first time these two teams have played, and they really are a contrast of styles. As you see, both teams have really started to kind of play a little bit differently. Phoenix, they've never missed the playoffs, but currently they are 5 points adrift from the playoff spots. Memphis 901 FC second in the Eastern Conference right now and made their first playoff appearance last year. Phoenix allows a bunch of goals. Memphis, 5th best in terms of defensive performance, and they score a bunch of goals here at home. So for Phoenix, going to be very important to see some performance tonight, and it starts with a very creative player, Aiden Quinn.
Aiden Quinn, the 30-year-old center midfielder, is in his 3rd season with Phoenix Rising. What a player and what a signing he's been for Phoenix Rising. What a player he's been in USL Championship in general. He's the 2nd player ever in the league to record 40 goals and 40 assists, trailing only his former Phoenix Rising teammate Solomon Asante. You can see the vision he has and the incredible left foot he has for Phoenix Rising. 901 FC's midfield pairing of Aaron Malloy and Leston Paul, we need to mark him closely in midfield tonight.
And of course, for 901 FC, so much of the action and so much will go through Philip Goodrum.
The 25-year-old striker from Nashville, Tennessee, leads the team in scoring with 9 goals, which also puts him tied for 5th in the USL Championship leaderboard for scoring. And as you can see, when he gets the ball inside the 18-yard box, he's aggressive. It's non-stop fighting on that front line for 901 FC. After not scoring last time out against the Tampa Bay Rowdies, he'll be hungry to get on the score sheet tonight here in Memphis.
Memphis 901 FC trying to get their 6th straight home win. We'll have lineups and opening kickoff next.
Order for a Sour Patch Kids slush float.
I'll add the Sour Patch Kids.
I'm on the ice cream.
Sonic Sour Patch Kids slush float.
The straight skinny on injury cases is that everyone will tell you that it's easy to settle your case. And it is easy, as long as you're settling for peanuts. If you want the money that you deserve, it's gonna be a fight. But this is your life. Your life is worth this fight. Pick up the phone and call me now. 888-WE-FIGHT. Make the call. Let's get it all. 888-WE-FIGHT.
Ice cream.
Boom.
Sour Patch Kids bits.
Boom.
A slush.
Take a bite, and then we'll all harmonize.
Okay, ready?
Sonic Sour Patch Kids slush float. Sign me
I think
up.
we're a girl group now.
Sign me up.
Car wreck? Call the 8s.
Car repairs, medical bills, missed work, there's no time to wait.
Just dial 8. 888-8888.
When you need help now and you need it fast.
Just dial 8. It's as easy as can be. 888-8888.
When you call the 8s, you'll get the no-fee guarantee.
That means you won't pay anything unless you get money.
So what are you waiting for? Call 888-8888 and get the no-fee guarantee.
Car wreck? Call the 8s. 888-8888. Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton.
For over 20 years, OPOX has been keeping the Mid-South
warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
OPOX is family-owned and operated, so our family will take care of yours every step of the way. And right now, you can double up and save. Buy a new AC unit and get 50% off a new furnace to match it. Count on OPOX for fast and professional heating and cooling services. Count on OPOX.
Getting set to get started here, USL Championship action, Memphis 901 FC versus Phoenix Rising FC. Let's take a look at tonight's starting 11s presented by AutoZone for Memphis 901 FC. Well, you're going to see Phoenix Rising. We'll start with Phoenix Rising and a struggling Phoenix Rising team, JJ, coached by Rick Shanson. A very attack-minded lineup out there tonight.
Yeah, I think Marcus Epps and Santi Moar, as long as Aiden Quinn, you got some really talented players in the lineup for Phoenix tonight. I think they've got some guys coming back from injury. I expect for them to be very dangerous tonight here at AutoZone Park.
Greg Hurst and Luis Sejas both leading the team with 5 goals each. For Memphis 901 FC, fairly standard lineup from Coach Ben Pierman. Probably going to have 2 holding midfielders out there. And, of course, as we mentioned, Philip Goodrum, such a huge fulcrum for the squad. Luis Fernando into the starting lineup. Ben Pierman, the head coach of Memphis 901 FC. Rick Shantz, the head coach of Phoenix Rising. And, indeed, we are underway with a little confusion as to whether or not we're actually started. I don't think, JJ, you can just pick up the ball and throw it. So seems like we've had a little...
Yeah, it looked like right off the kickoff. There was a little
kickoff.
coming together of Luis Sejas and Philip Goodrum. Philip Goodrum, he's really known for that, Peter, of just right at the beginning of the game, he's getting in guys' faces, already making something happen within literally 3 seconds of the start of the match.
You know, I'm not surprised, JJ, because Goodrum started every match, but he's only gone the full 90 once. He's the team leader in most fouls and most times fouled. So center of the action for sure for Goodrum. Very quickly, a ball lofted in and a chance early on for 901 FC. Great save. Great save from Ben Lunt. Phoenix Rising with the left foot, kicking out. And just like that, a Celtic crossing corner less than a minute into the match.
Let me tell you, Peter, that was a fantastic save from Ben Lunt, the big goalkeeper for Phoenix Rising. Philip Goodrum had a head start on that one and just rifled that ball. And what a save off the goal line. Kick save from the goalkeeper, Ben Lunt.
Terrific opportunity. Memphis 901 FC. We mentioned the streak, JJ, and it's been pretty amazing. 5 straight wins here at AutoZone Park, and they've averaged 3.5 goals per match in that streak, and trying to get off to a terrific start here and very nearly do a nice bit of footwork there. And another corner one, a Celtic crossing corner yet again. Philip Goodrum really did a great job of taking that ball down and winning the corner.
That's exactly what you want to see from that man, your striker, who we talked about as players to watch before this match. He was at the short corner here for 901 FC.
Malloy takes the short corner and receives the ball back. Good cross in. Niall Logue, and he would have loved to see that go in. Looking for that first goal for the big Irishman. That was a golden opportunity.
Aaron Malloy put that on an absolute platter for Niall Logue, the big center back, number 50 right there in the middle of your screen, and got a lot of head on it. Tried to glance out to the far corner, maybe try to be a little bit too cute with that one. He'll certainly want that one back, but a really fast start for 901 FC.
You don't get too many that are going to be that easy, and you know, as a former center back yourself, JJ, when you get those opportunities, sometimes you almost get a little excited because you don't realize how much time and space you've got to put that into the back of the net. And 2 really good opportunities, as you mentioned. 901 FC off to a fantastic start. Coming off the loss last week in Tampa Bay to the Rowdies. The Rowdies are playing much better, the #1 team in the power rankings from the USL Championship and the USL Championship website. A handball from Malloy earns a free kick for Phoenix Rising in a dangerous position. 2 early goals, and that has been one of the weak spots, if any, for Memphis 901 FC. We mentioned 16 goals allowed. That's 5th in the league, but of those, quite a few have happened in the first 30 minutes, both of them last week in the first 30 minutes as well. Free kick and a great opportunity, just a little too long, as looked like Epps reached out a boot, couldn't quite get there, but a terrific free kick from Phoenix Rising. But 901 FC, they have had a tendency to give up some goals early in matches.
They certainly have, and that's exactly the opposite of what you want to do, especially at home. When you're at home, you want to be on the front foot. You want to go up 1 goal, and 901 FC have done that quite often as well. And they scored the goal and then have gone on to get the second, and have most of the time finished very strongly. But really fast start from 901 FC tonight. Decent chance there from Phoenix Rising as well. So looking forward to seeing a great game tonight.
7 of the 16 goals that 901 FC have conceded have come in the first 30 minutes. And mentioned by this time last week, 901 FC was already down 1-0 to Tampa Bay. Now trying to settle things in, passing along the back. Graham Smith back to Trey Muse, who lofts one out. A nice ball. Couldn't quite handle it on that side from Patrick Segrist. And also take a look at Jeremy Kelly on that side too, because he's a former Phoenix Rising player himself. Played for Phoenix 5 matches last year, and has already now leads is tied for the lead in USL Championship with assists. And though he has gone on a little bit of a slump in the last month or so, he's certainly one to watch. I know Phoenix has taken a very close look at it. Ball lofted over, good ball, extending out towards Epps. Epps versus Seacrest, 1v1. Malloy coming back and helping, getting a foot in and breaking up the play. Throw in on that far side to Phoenix Rising. Of course, 901 FC coached by Ben Pierman, May's USL Championship Coach of the Month. And it mentioned that he was a little bit disappointed with the effort last week, but also knows that those things are going to happen. And he fully expects, and he thinks that though they deserve their position in second in the Eastern Conference, they're going to have to start backing it up, because teams, you got a target on your back when you're that high up the standings.
Absolutely. 901 FC, they're definitely not a secret anymore, right? They played so well all season long. They're in the top 3 for a reason in the Eastern Conference, because they're a top 3 team, arguably a top 2 team in the Eastern Conference. So they'll want to come out tonight and start fast. They've done that so far, and maybe we'll see them put the ball in the back of the net within the first 10 or 15 minutes of this match.
Chris Allen plays it across to Malloy. Malloy seeking a pass and finding one to the right side. Buckmaster. Nice 1-2. Buckmaster fires it off in another Celtic crossing corner. That's the 3rd of the match already for 901 FC. Getting a lot of joy down that right side. And Buckmaster getting forward. He's one of the only players in the league who's played every minute of every game. Now, we mentioned Phoenix, their head coach Rick Shantz, and Phoenix going through a tough time. They have lost 4 of 5, and the only one they didn't lose was a draw last week, and they snatched it in the 94th minute with a goal late in that match. Otherwise, it has been a pretty dreary month of June. We'll see if it continues into July. And that ball from Christopher Allen just a little bit too high. Allen getting a rare start. Maybe a little excitement there, JJ. You get a little adrenaline pumping when you get that start in. Why not have a pop?
Absolutely. I mean, he found the ball in a nice area about 10 yards outside of the 18-yard box, opened up his body nicely, but unfortunately for 901FC, he was leaning back a little too far and popped that ball a little bit too far from goal.
Phoenix trying to settle the ball, goes to 901FC now. Playing a little head tennis. Finally, the ball settled to the ground. Some intricate passing from Phoenix. Drawing contact, but no call. Niall Logue now interpassing Leston Paul. Settling things in, and 901FC trying to establish a rhythm early in this match. Buckmaster down the right side to Allen, who leaves it for Malloy, looking for that long switch, and finds it.
It's incredible ball movement from 901FC.
Terrific, and now inside, a great opportunity from Allen, making a near post run and couldn't finish it. But that sequence, start to finish, starting at the back, some nice passing, interplay switched out, Segrist and Kelly on the left side, and Allen had an opportunity.
And that's 901FC soccer right there. That's Ben Pierman's soccer. He wants the team to pass the ball out of situations that's from back to front. Find the open man. And when you've got players like Aaron Malloy that's got, basically an unlimited range of passing, you could do things like that. So really a nice start from 901FC in the first 8 minutes of this match.
Malloy, the acquisition from Forward Madison in USL League One, has really established, in my mind, a lot of quality in the middle of the park. A guy that can just move things around, and every team needs a player like that. They're playing in that number 8 role where you kind of keep an eye on things, move the ball, keep it moving, keep a rhythm of passing. And he's done a terrific job there. It's a pretty nasty challenge on Goodrum. Sees him down and in some pain, holding his face. Joe Farrell having a conversation with tonight's official, who happens to be Matthew Conger. Oh. Looked like an inadvertent boot to the face, although
Philip Goodrum still won't appreciate that.
No, no.
Inadvertent or on purpose. And
no.
Joey Farrell, he's a good guy, the center back right there, number 15 for Phoenix Rising. He certainly is not that kind of player. Definitely looked inadvertent, although, as we said, Philip Goodrum's not too pleased about it. And see Matthew Conger getting him a word, too. And Philip Goodrum's like, hey, I got kicked in the face. Why are you yelling at me?
I don't understand why Matthew Conger is getting mad at Philip Goodrum for getting kicked in the face. I'm sort of unclear why that gets you a lecture. I mean, that was both of us are fathers. That was a very father-like sort of lecture there to, stop getting kicked in the face. I'm unclear what you would have seen there as the Bluff City Mafia getting fired up. Diagonal ball into the box, dealt with easily by Phoenix Rising, and Epps fires it up sort of aimlessly, but Phoenix getting the rub of the green and a nice job of settling things down by Greg Hurst. Now Phoenix trying to establish a little offensive flow. Haven't had much of that in this matchup, but a terrific job of tracking back from Chris Allen, putting the pressure on in the middle of the park. Just can't do a whole lot, can't get a whole lot going. Luis Sejas unable to get it going there, but Phoenix getting the ball back. 10 minutes into the match, no score. Great opportunities early from 901FC, 2 big ones in the first 3 minutes of the match. Just couldn't quite convert. Offside flag up against Philip Goodrum. JJ, your thoughts first 10 minutes of the match?
Really nice pace of this game so far. Really fast-paced, really. Both these teams are really flying around the pitch. Of course, 901FC, they're accustomed to this climate, although it's extremely hot. Phoenix Rising come from a hot climate as well, although it's that dry heat that we discussed earlier. I wonder how long this frantic pace can keep up in this match.
Yeah, that's the thing, and you would expect that there would be some substitutions in that second half. And you know, being from here and having played for the University of Memphis, you know all about playing in these conditions. JJ, it's 104 degrees, heat index. That's what it feels like on the pitch right now. How do you deal with that as a player?
You kind of take in as much fluids as humanly possible. You know, when the ball goes out for a throw-in or over the inline for a corner kick, really whenever you can. And of course, I'd expect to see a hydration break this evening. So getting as much fluids as you can. I personally used to change my jersey at halftime because I would sweat so much. It was just crazy. So really trying to get fluids as much as you can and really trying to be smart. Work early so that you don't have to continuously chase the ball with a team like Phoenix Rising that is such a good passing team.
Out of play for Phoenix Rising. It'll be a throw in to Memphis 901 FC as we check the injury report presented by Campbell Clinic. Out tonight, Matt Brucker, John Berner, and Laurent Kissiadou has been out for a bit for 901 FC. He is sorely missed as a creative force on the field. Niall Dunn and Arturo Rodriguez, the absentees for Phoenix Rising tonight, as another long shot handled. Malloy that time taking a pop. Thought he might have seen Ben Lunt maybe not paying as much attention. That was on goal. You put it on target, but Lunt handled it pretty easily. Now, both these teams, JJ, like to press and like to press from the front and kind of destabilize teams. Can you do that in these conditions? Do you have the kind of energy that you need to continue to press as much as you'd like?
You certainly can do it, but you have to do it as a collective group. It can't just be Philip Goodrum, one player, trying to chase the center backs, right? Trying to chase the ball along the back four, because he'll wear himself out, and that won't be much use to anybody. So it has to be pressing as a group.
Clever ball, and then a beautiful cross fired across by Babukar Jai. No one was there to take it. That was screaming for just a touch from Phoenix Rising. It would have been 1-0. Thankfully for 901 FC, no one was able to provide that touch. Clever little flick, and then Jai puts it. That's a beautiful cross.
The ball was just absolutely rifled across the 6-yard box. You see Joey Callisto, he was there, but the ball was moving at such pace, even he couldn't get in front of that ball, but a decent effort there from Phoenix Rising.
Those are so dangerous because if you just get a touch to it, it might even be an opposing, it might even be your own defender that gets a touch. It can go anywhere because there's so much pace on the cross. And now Allen taking that throw in quickly back to Luis Fernando. I haven't called his name too much, but he fires it over. A beautiful ball crossing to Segrist, moving up from that fullback position and over to the former Phoenix Rising player Jeremy Kelly, leader in assists for this team with 6. Tied for the league lead, but Kelly's not had a goal or an assist. Now a mistake leads to an opportunity. Goodrum, and another kick save from Lunt. What an opportunity, a chance for a striker like Goodrum, snatched up on a huge mistake from Phoenix Rising, and it nearly cost them dearly. Another great save from Lunt.
Philip Goodrum is going to see Ben Lunt tonight in his nightmares if he doesn't end up getting on the score sheet tonight. What an incredible kick save that was from Ben Lunt. Such a tall, rangy keeper. Good up his feet as well. Quick feet, as we've seen 2 amazing saves off the goal line against Philip Goodrum.
Big mistake in the back from Phoenix Rising. Just a slip. Ball goes right by, and Goodrum, Johnny on the spot, was very aware, opportunistic, took advantage of it, but couldn't get past Ben Lunt. And you fear, and I don't want to say this, JJ, but it might be one of those nights. I hope not. I hope not. But sometimes those keepers have those nights where they just seem like they're 10 feet tall and have arms like Inspector Gadget.
Exactly. 8 arms, octopus arms, and just stand on their head. We all know soccer is such a cruel game. You can get shot after shot on goal, and sometimes it just doesn't fall your way. And then, of course, there could be a counterattack where Phoenix Rising marches right down the field and score. But we'll see what 901 FC can do. I think Philip Goodrum, he's got more up his sleeve. I wouldn't be surprised next time, Peter, if he lifts that ball a little bit off the ground to place it over Ben Lunt's feet. So I think he'll get more opportunities tonight.
Phoenix Rising with the press earns them something. Turnover, now an opportunity on that left side. Ball is deflected and falls casually to Leston Paul, who was a little casual with that pass. And instead it's Jai who takes it over. Nice cross over the top and a real opportunity for Epps, who fires it wide. Ball deflected out for a corner, the first corner of the match for Phoenix Rising. But a little carelessness in the back led to a great opportunity and a real chance for Marcus Epps.
Another great ball from Babukar Jai. Just chips that ball right over the head of Patrick Segrist, and Marcus Epps fires that ball across the 6-yard box. It looked like Patrick Segrist got a little touch to it, but decent effort there from Phoenix.
Really good effort from Phoenix. And danger spot. Here comes Aiden Quinn. Lofts a good corner in swinger, or an outswinger, excuse me, that was dealt with from 901 FC pretty well. Phoenix Rising resets here at the 16-minute mark of this match at a very hot, very humid, but very festive AutoZone Park, where it has been a lot of fun for 901 FC fans, the Bluff City Mafia, and everybody coming. They've seen nothing wins. But boy, that weather, whew, it's time to get a few frosty cold ones if you're in the stands right now, because it does feel like 101 degrees out there. And it's going to feel that way even as the sun starts to fade and we get into the night in the second half. It's still going to be a heat index well over 90. So hydration, very important for these guys.
Very important indeed. And, you know, typically if it was another team in the Eastern Conference, 901 FC might see a slight advantage, you know, with the heat and being at home. But, you know, Phoenix, they come from a hot climate as well. Although it is dry heat, they certainly won't back down or shy away from the challenge. And let's face it, they need to start getting wins. Sitting at 11th place in the Western Conference, they're not used to being in this low of a position this late in the season in the table.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, league's choice, player's choice. That Select ball was slightly offside that time. Phoenix Rising really unable to get a whole lot of rhythm in that midfield, JJ, but they've had some transition opportunities, and they've certainly been able to attack down that left side with a couple of really good crosses from Babukar Jai. Meanwhile, for 901 FC, opportunities from both flanks, particularly from that right side. And Philip Goodrum has had two big opportunities. Niall Loeb, best chance of the match, and unable to convert on a, well, it was a really awesome ball from Aaron Malloy, just waiting to be popped into the back of the net. And unfortunately, Loeb just couldn't quite find the right contact. That's why we remain 0-0, but a number of good opportunities for both teams.
Great start for Phoenix, and let's face it, the difference in this game has been Lund. This game could very easily be 2-0 up. Philip Goodrum. So Ben Lund, you know, but that's why you have your keeper, right, to come up big, make big saves when your team needs it.
Luntz second in the USL Championship with 50 saves, and now you can add 3 more at least to that total. So he is edging up towards the championship lead, and you can see why. Big player, big keeper, tough to deal with. Leston Paul, nice ball, kind of a disguised pass, but just a little too disguised even for Patrick Segrist, who slides right through the advertising hoarding and almost into the dugout there. Throw into Phoenix. Little press. Trying to force a bad pass from Phoenix. Almost worked, but a deflection. Now, cheeky little effort to try to catch Trey Muse off his line and well wide, but got to be mindful.
Tell you what, Peter, if that was on goal, they might have found the back of the net. Luis Sejas, he's such a veteran player, such a skillful player. He's got a powerful left foot as well, one of the strongest left foots in the USL Championship. If you would have put that one on target, you might have found the back of the net.
Lofted ball from Sejas to Epps. Epps with some good work one-on-one and lofts a crossover just over the head of Buckmaster. Now another opportunity, and that time it is going to be dealt with on the near post from Segrist. Back to Epps. Epps one-on-one and great defending from the veteran, the stalwart, Leston Paul, who wins that battle, and not only wins the battle, but is able to pass the ball out. Now a transition opportunity. Great ball from Malloy outside of the foot to Luis Fernando, who finds himself one-on-one with Jai, and Jai wins that battle, and a diving header from Jai to get the ball out of play. He's holding his head, but I think it's a matter of him throwing his head into danger rather than anything Fernando did.
Great defensive efforts all over the pitch. We started off with Leston Paul with that strong challenge of Marcus Epps, and then Barbecue Jai with a strong tackle as well on Fernando. You see the replay here. Fernando trying to step over, Jai sticks in that strong left foot, and then just with the effort there,
I mean, he heads it on the ground, out of bounds. I don't think there's much that Fernando could have done about that, but you admire Babukar Jai's effort, who said, Babukar Jai said that his team, they will be here tonight to play in one half of the field and to traumatize their opponents. That is a strong word, and He played like that. You see a man that desperate, certainly played like it with that diving header on the ground. You don't see that happen too often. Now 901 FC playing the ball through. Some tidy play in the midfield. Slotted up. Niall Loeb looking on the corner. Nice footwork. And now trying to slot one into Goodrum. Jeremy Kelly again. Good vision. Nice run from Goodrum. Couldn't quite make that connection. But Kelly, again, very mindful. And you could see that passing creativity that he's got is terrific.
Absolutely. He's got such wonderful feet. He always likes to cut in on that right foot of his. You can see he opens up his body like he's going to the far stick and then tries to go near post, but just kind of pulls that shot a little bit. But good to see Jeremy Kelly get on the ball more.
And Goodrum making that run, put himself in that dangerous position. And I'm not sure I'm not so sure he wasn't trying to pass that ball to Goodrum. It looked like he saw him making that run. That would have been it was almost a disguised pass and a terrific one at that, as Phoenix really has not been able to get much control in this match, JJ. They have certainly had opportunities, but it's not been from any kind of maintained control in the match. They have struggled to win the midfield battle against 901 FC. Now a little sustained possession from Phoenix Rising, passing it amongst themselves, back through, and over now back. Passing it around the back. And a little careless with that one, out of play. Throw in to 901 FC. It'll be Reese Buckmaster taking the throw. Clever chip from Fernando to move the ball forward. But cut off. Joey Farrell cuts off Philip Goodwin. His opportunity to go down that right-hand side.
Another really hard challenge on Philip Goodrum. It's been a really physical battle between he and Joey Farrell, the center back for Phoenix Rising. Going to be looking forward to seeing what those two have in store for us the rest of this match.
Ball settled for Phoenix. But that terrific, vigorous press works well. Another nice foot in from Malloy. Gets it to Luis Fernando, waiting for some help. Fernando back to Malloy. Malloy gets the head up. Looks over to Leston Paul, acting as kind of the fulcrum of this attack. Fires it over. Logue helping out. A nice little tidy back pass. Paul, plenty of time. Malloy swings it over to Fernando. Fernando. That left foot cut back. Buckmaster just too much on it. Good idea on the overlapping run. Buckmaster had a good opportunity. Unfortunately, Fernando put a little too much on that pass. Good thought.
Good running as usual from Reese Buckmaster. He's a player that gets up and down that right-hand side, and typically he and Fernando combine so well. That pass just a little bit too strong on the inline there from Luis Fernando, but good to see 901 FC continuing to attack down the flanks.
Ball played over into space. Niall Logue handles it easily. Left foot. Unfortunately, Goodrum can't do much with it, and it will roll harmlessly back to Ben Lunt. We mentioned Phoenix, one of the mainstays at the top of the standings in the USL Championship, but it has not been a particularly good season for them at all, sitting at 11th, 5 points clear of any playoff spot. And this is the defending Western Conference champions that you're talking about, a team that 2 seasons ago won 20 straight matches to set a league record through all of organized soccer in the United States. They're not used to this sort of thing, are they?
They're really not. You can see, the month of June was really cruel to them. Didn't win a single game. Took 4 losses in a row, which is just really unusual for Phoenix Rising. I think it has to be said the loss of Solomon Asante, who has been the league MVP of the USL Championship, was just a huge loss for Phoenix Rising. I think they're trying to find their identity post Solomon Asante, if you will, who's now, of course, playing for the Indy 11 in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship. So Phoenix Rising certainly have the players. What a move that was for Fernando. Certainly have the players to get back on track, and they'll want to start doing that sooner than later in this season.
Great matchup there, and Babakar Jai gets the ball poked away from Christopher Allen. Allen now with the opportunity, left-footed, looking for a pass, can't find it, slides it over now. Here comes Segrist, who is taken out in a terrific tackle. No penalty, clean as a whistle. Good footwork earlier, you mentioned, from Fernando, and Jai has been very impressive on the defensive side in 1v1 battles. He has been terrific really throughout this match. 901 FC continues to work really hard, as you mentioned. Next week, 901 FC playing Louisville City in a huge matchup. Louisville City 1 point ahead of 901 FC in the Eastern Conference, and right now at the half, Louisville City all over Red Bulls 2, 3-0. Good ball out to Luis Fernando. Fernando now back to Buckmaster. 1-2 between the right side, 901 FC.
You can see,
build the attack.
Peter, you can see how much respect Phoenix Rising is giving 901 FC. All 11 players inside of their own half, really sagging far off the 901 FC players, although they're being very patient right now, getting some good pressure on 901 FC. But you can see the respect that Phoenix Rising has for 901 FC, just letting them move the ball around the pitch.
Well, in this situation, JJ, I think they're gonna need to move the ball a little bit faster when you have so many guys playing back. There's the one that it splits the lines, and then Allen finds Fernando, and Fernando, instead of attacking that space, though, wants to cut back on that preferred left foot. Now Malloy, good ball, opportunity here at the 18-yard box. Set up, Allen goes down. Oh, and ball is tipped out. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Wow, Allen could have taken that shot on. Could have done things a little bit quicker. Maybe just wanted a little too much time, JJ.
And I think that was a good shout from you, Peter, that, you know, players wanting to get the ball back on their more dominant left foot. You can see Chris Allen, of course, a left-footed dominant player. Fernando, the number 9, on the wing for 901 FC, also a left-footed player, continuously kind of wanting to cut back inside and getting it on their favorite foot. But sometimes you just got to take a chance. You can see here, Chris Allen kind of hesitated. It was great defense once again from Jai, but 901 FC just needs to not be so greedy and sometimes just continue to throw shots on goal, get the ball inside the 6-yard box and just create havoc.
Well, you know, that's the thing, JJ, when you play a player like Fernando who is left-footed, you're playing him on that right side. It's kind of an inverted winger where he doesn't necessarily want to go and chase into the corner because that would require a right foot cross, and not as comfortable with that right foot, so that kind of leads him to want to do that cutback. And the space sometimes is there to be won. So it's one of those things you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons of playing an inverted winger in that situation. And Ben Pierman likes it more. Now great slotted opportunity, good ball, well-timed, beautiful pass, dinked up, and into the back of the net. Philip Goodrum. 1-0, 901 FC.
What an absolutely incredible goal that was, Peter. The ball movement from 901 FC, the combination play between Jeremy Kelly and Luis Fernando on that through pass, and then just an excellent ball with his right foot, we might add, from Fernando to Philip Goodrum, who finished it nicely, almost a little too nicely as he dinked it off the post. You see that great ball there that splits the lines from Fernando, and Fernando using that right foot, he's got it. And an easy tap-in finish from Philip Goodrum. He's never going to miss that for his 10th goal of the season, reaching double digits already.
And I tell you what, Goodrum, I think gets a tongue out because I think he almost dinked it off his left foot a little bit and got very fortunate that it hit the post. It was one of those that took a weird hop. I think he was expecting that tap in, and it ended up being a little trickier than he thought, but they all count. Doesn't really matter. His 10th goal of the season, and by the way, that 10th goal of the season for Goodrum means that he's now only the 3rd player in 901 FC history to score 10 goals in a season, joining Kyle Murphy last year, who had 20. So he's only halfway to Kyle Murphy's incredible run last year, and Brandon Allen from 2019. But he's already at 10 and wants some more. Could have had a hat trick tonight, quite frankly, with the way that he's played. What a beautiful through ball to Fernando to set that whole thing up. It has been coming, and it's finally here. 1-0 901 FC. By the way, 901 FC undefeated when scoring first, 10 wins and a draw. So good sign early on for 901 FC.
And you can absolutely see the swagger that they're playing with now, having gone a goal up. And it almost looks as if Phoenix Rising is a little bit shell-shocked after such a tremendous goal from 901 FC. And you can see the confidence of Fernando now running at those Rising midfielders.
Again, good movement in Leston Paul this time. A little deflection. Goodrum fighting to get to it and can't quite do it. Lunt dives down bravely to get that ball. Another good opportunity, and then Lunt just shanks one over into the dugout again. A Phoenix team that does look a little disheveled right now, a little bit on tilt, you might say, 901 FC. beautiful passing sequence that opened them right up. One of the worst defensive teams in USL Championship play, and that's their 37th goal conceded already, JJ, and we are just early in the month of July. That's too many.
That's too many, and Philip Goodrum, he's never going to miss from there. And it's kind of funny, as we mentioned, Ben Lund had been making save after save, and Philip Goodrum, so I think that's probably why he put the ball off the post, right, and almost missed, but he was never going to miss from there. Of course, Goodrum wasn't, but, you know, time and time again, we saw Ben Lund making save after save early on in this match, and finally, 901 FC was able to open up that Phoenix defense and put one in the back of the net.
The tendency for 901 FC this year has been to press the advantage, see if they can do that here. Phoenix trying to respond. Good ball cleared out, and now an opportunity for Chris Allen, who's going to look up, and he's got Goodrum if he wants. That ball is onside, 1-on-1. Goodrum cannot get through Ben Lund. Another kick save, and I think Goodrum surprised that he had that much time and space. That was almost too easy for him, and didn't know what to do. Allen plays a perfect ball in front. JJ just couldn't get through Ben Lund, and that right foot again.
That pesky right foot of Ben Lund.
Another chance for Allen. Zips it just wide. Says we're not going to mess with any kick saves here. Going to try to fire it into the upper right-hand corner of the net, but they are peppering Ben Lund right now, 901 FC. Take a look at this strike from Chris Allen.
Absolute screamer from Chris Allen with that left foot. Oof. Tell you what, that ball wasn't moving. It was knuckling towards that back post, and Ben Lund wanted nothing to do with that. Fortunately enough for him, it missed the target.
Not far away at all from a very quick 2-0 situation. This game could very easily be 4-0.
It could be very easy.
And I mean, no problem whatsoever.
No problem, and guess what? Philip Goodrum could have 4 goals as well. So, you know, even with his goal, he'll be happy with that. But I think he'll be even more disappointed that he doesn't have multiple goals. But not to fear for 901 FC. I expect him to keep pressuring that back line of Phoenix.
Luis Fernando, 1v1. Nice little move to get around Jai, but Jai recovers quickly. Stays on him. Fernando forced to play it back to Buckmaster. Buckmaster cutting inside. A little flip, 1-2. Buckmaster with an opportunity, sets himself, and puts it in the back of the net. Goal number 2 for 901 FC, and it belongs to Reese Buckmaster. 2-0, 901 FC.
901 FC putting on an absolute clinic right now. In possession, in combination play, and now in finishing. What a fantastic strike and combination play that was between Jeremy Kelly and Reese Buckmaster. And Buckmaster absolutely put his foot through that on the half volley to the back post of Ben Lund. You can see on the replay here, Buckmaster chips it up to Jeremy Kelly. Jeremy Kelly with a little touch, and look at this finish right there. That's picture perfect from Reese Buckmaster, the right back for 901 FC. 2-0 for the home team.
Buckmaster puts it in, just turned 26 a couple of days ago. Happy birthday, Reese Buckmaster. That's a way to celebrate it with his first goal of the season. And Jeremy Kelly, that's assist number 7. That puts him into the lead in the USL Championship standings, and I'm sure Ben Pierman wants even more. Ben Lund, you saw him after that goal giving his defense an absolute earful because, well, they've fallen apart in the last 10 minutes or so. And in fact, Babukar Jai is receiving treatment on the pitch right now off the camera. Looks like he's going to be okay as he walks his way over, but he's been struggling for the last few minutes or so, and he's been the most effective defender. The central back pairing, JJ, that they've put out there from Phoenix Rising, Lambert and Farrell, look like they've never talked to each other before. There's no communication back there at all.
It's definitely been a struggle between those two, and they're such good players, you know, individually. And you know, I would personally love to see Kevin Lambert in the midfield, but I know he's seen success with Phoenix Rising on the back line, and they need some experience back there. But you know, it's really team defending for Phoenix right now. It's been an absolute struggle in this match. They could very easily be down 4 or 5-0, let alone 2-0. So it's going to be interesting to see how Phoenix Rising responds.
Well, it's certainly a deserved 2-goal lead for 901 FC, and now Logue showing some nice footwork and a little disguised pass to Chris Allen. Ball was deflected as he was looking to release Fernando for some more joy in the offensive third. Now, Santi Moar wins a corner. A rare offensive move forward. Buckmaster, the goal scorer, now having to go back and do the dirty work. You're a defender, JJ. You know, when you score that goal, sometimes you forget the got to get back and do the dirty work. You know, it's like, oh man, I'm just having so much fun up here scoring these goals. And I've got to get back and do the thing I'm paid for. Oh.
Well, absolutely. Well, Buckmaster, he's paid to do both. You know, he's a right back. That's his strength, being able to defend one-on-one and take players on 1v1.
Lofted corner and an opportunity and a goal. Phoenix goal scored along the back post. Falling asleep. And you mentioned Lambert. Well, there you go. Lambert says if we can't do it at the back, we got to go do it at the front. 2-1, the lead cut in half. That was a little too easy from 901's perspective.
Much too easy. Just a very simple ball clipped onto the back post from Aiden Quinn, and looked like nobody was marking Kevin Lambert, one of the tallest, most athletic player in the box for 901 FC, and looked like a bunch of guys for 901 FC just kind of standing still and really not paying attention and losing focus. So Ben Pierman certainly won't be happy with that set piece, and we'll see how 901 FC can respond.
Yeah, that was definitely a case of just losing your man, unmarked. Kevin Lambert, the most dangerous player probably out there on those set pieces, the one that you would aim for on that far post. And a lofted ball, plenty of time to react to it, and just not there for 901 FC. And perhaps a case where you score those two and you get a little giddy and maybe lose focus just a bit. They'll have to fire back up. They are deservingly in the lead, but they also need to make sure to be careful, because Phoenix has shown they can score goals. They give up some goals, but they can score goals too.
And this game is certainly far from over. This half is certainly far from over. 901 FC will want to keep the pressure up on Phoenix Rising.
Ball lofted up and taken by Ben Lunt. The playoff battle begins to heat up as two playoff hopefuls meet on ESPN Deportes. Rio Grande Valley welcomes the Las Vegas Lights to Southern Texas Sunday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Leston Paul plays it back to Malloy. Malloy to Paul. Surprised we didn't have a hydration break.
I'm very surprised we didn't have a hydration break.
Ball is slotted up to Goodrum. Goodrum onside. Goodrum now gets pushed, stays on his feet, cuts back. Opportunity, great save. Another chance. Jeremy Kelly with the right foot, but this time it was the big paw of Ben Hurst that stops another 901 FC goal. Chris Allen still maintaining the move. Malloy now chips it over, finds Fernando in some space. Fernando on that 1v1 battle with Jai. We've seen it all evening. Goes back to Buckmaster. Buckmaster to Fernando. Going to try to beat him 1v1. This time he does. Right foot. Ball is clipped. Beautiful from Jai. Knocks it down and ends the move. But 901 FC putting the pressure back on again. Played out to Buckmaster. Back to Fernando. Fernando again. Now 1-2. Kelly plays it forward. Good pressure playing, and that's going to be a throw into Phoenix. Should be a throw into 901. Look like 901 FC, but that'll be a throw into Phoenix Rising. About 6 minutes left to play in this half. 2-1 is the score, and here's the opportunity again. Goodrum cutting it back, and what a save from Lunt again. Jeremy Kelly, first time. Big right-footed effort. Niall Logue chipping it up to Segrist on the left side, plays it to Malloy. Malloy looks up and again finds Fernando. We've seen that all night long. That release ball to Fernando. Fernando back to Malloy. This time he's going to switch the play, looking up for Goodrum. A little too hard for him, and the ball will end up out of play for a throw. Fernando down. Maybe holding his hand? Or holding his lower abdominal area, let's say.
See Jai there as well. Looks like he's struggling. He's put in a shift in the first 40 minutes of this match against on that right-hand side against Fernando and Reese Buckmaster, who have just been constantly running at him, and for the most part, he stood up to the challenge very well and has made some great defensive stances. We'll see if he can continue on in this match.
Let's take a look at what happened here. And you see, yeah, it looked like sort of a, got him on the inside of the thigh and maybe even the extreme inside of the thigh, let's say, in that situation. Jai has been, it seems like he's been kind of helped off the pitch and sort of walking off and then comes back on. He's struggling for most of the night, but he's been Phoenix Rising's most effective defender, and he's been put in 1v1 matchups time and time and time again, as 901 FC has really preferred to play Fernando into that space and work that right flank, JJ. And so Jai, it's been a tough night for him.
It's been an absolutely tough night. You can see how just soaked his shirt is and how much sweat and water he's losing. He'll certainly want to stay hydrated. Phoenix Rising will want him back in this match as soon as possible.
Phoenix Rising trying to play the ball out, can't do it. Throw into 901 FC. Jai is waved back onto the pitch. Referee Matthew Conger hasn't had a whole lot to do other than lecture Philip Goodrum for being kicked in the face. That was pretty much the extent of it. Leston Paul plays the ball over. Segrist to Kelly. Kelly, good slipped ball. Now, what can Goodrum do? Goodrum over the top. Nice look to Reese Buckmaster. Buckmaster back into the middle. Ball is cleared out by Lambert, goal scorer. And that's going to be out, I believe, for a counter crossing corner, or maybe a throw.
Peter, part of me really wanted Reese Buckmaster to hit that first time.
Yeah.
Especially with the way he's striking the ball tonight, and he's already got one tonight off the half bounce. Oh, look at this.
Little youngster returning that ball.
Gotta love that.
There you go. Nice job. Man, look at that. Wearing the Barcelona jersey. Welcome to the game.
You love to see that.
It's one time when it's okay to use your hands. Celtic crossing corner. Fernando, top of the box. Chris Allen, left footer. Ball blocked from Jai. Who else? Buckmaster wins the ball back. Buckmaster clips it over and unable to get it out from under his feet. And now an opportunity perhaps for Phoenix on the counter. Phoenix playing it out to Epps. Epps taken out from Malloy. That is going to earn him a foul. And in a different night, that might have earned him a yellow card. I think he can consider himself a little bit fortunate not to get one, but that was what we would deem a professional foul there to stop the momentum.
Certainly a professional foul, and he might have even gotten a little ball as well in that challenge against Marcus Epps. So we can see on the replay here, Marcus Epps always going to want to cut inside. And honestly, it looked like Marcus Epps came into him and hit Aaron Malloy more than Malloy hitting Marcus Epps. But at the same time, he impeded his progress.
When he stops and impedes the progress, unfortunately, that's going to get that whistle most of the time. Now, free kick for Phoenix, looking to equalize this match. Well against the run of play. Cut back, inside football, sliding through, and Smith that time with another clearance. Smith and Lowe combined for 120 clearances this year. That should be a handball, not called. Ball will deflect out for a corner for Phoenix Rising as we approach the end of the first half. Phoenix looking to take the opportunity and a chance to equalize this match. Wind starting to whip up a little bit. You can see it on that corner flag.
And really, this has been Phoenix Rising's best chance at scoring goals on set pieces and on crosses from this man right here, Aiden Quinn, putting it on that magical left foot of his.
Ghost River, a proud sponsor of Memphis 901 FC. In swinging corner, punched out Trey Muse. Fernando is fouled. I think that's a little bit of a soft foul. You'll take that one, though, if you're 901 FC, as they try to make it through this 3 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time. And if they can do that and navigate it. If this were a boxing match, JJ, and it's not, it's a soccer match, but if this were a boxing match, Memphis 901 FC would be well ahead on the scorecards, much more so than the 2-1 would indicate, but soccer can be a cruel game sometimes.
It can, and Phoenix Rising, they've got the players, let's face it. They're always there lurking for that knockout punch, if you will, if we're going to go towards the boxing references. So 901 FC coming into the second half, well, really they need to finish out the first half strong, but coming into the second half, they'll need to start as they did in this half.
Ball goes through harmlessly from the foot of one keeper to the hands of another. Ben Lunt for Phoenix Rising, trying to determine how he wants to start this attack.
And Ben Lunt, if there was going to be an MVP for Phoenix Rising, it's certainly him. Of this, in the first half of this match, he certainly has earned himself man of the match. He's kept Phoenix Rising in this game. As we said before, it can very easily be 4-5, maybe even 6-1, but Ben Lunt and that right foot of his have just been an absolute menace for 901 FC, and in particular, Philip Goodrum.
And you can see with just a couple minutes left in this first half, and having played 45 and 46 now, hard minutes in a supremely humid environment, everybody seems maybe settled to just kind of go into the half with this score line, and it's hard to blame them. It's hard to get that energy up. You know, this is such a tough time when you played the entire half out here like this. No subs, no nothing. It's a brutal test of your physical condition.
I certainly agree with you. I think both sides would settle for this scoreline so far in the first half, and 901 FC will want to come back in the second half and lift that energy level back up and try to get more shots on goal, and hopefully, if you're 901 FC and Ben Pierman's side, finish more of those chances.
Well, this is the one thing that that really can hurt you, the set piece in this situation, when Phoenix can get players into the box and have a go at it. Open play, maybe not, but there will be an opportunity here for Phoenix. Quinn takes that, fires it diagonally, dealt with well. Kelly settles it with the chest, and then just boots it anywhere will do into the stands.
Peter, I think that's a really good point. If you're 901 FC in the second half, you're going to really want to limit those fouls and limit those corner kick opportunities, because really that's going to be the preferred way for Phoenix Rising to score in this match.
For sure. Now, a nice cross there, but it's handled. Now Jai over across to Moore. Moore been very quiet in this match, but a nice ball confusion, and it's booted out of play for what's going to end up being a goal kick. Lambert snuck up there, got in the way. Now some unkind words being shared. This ball, Moore's ball, a really delicate, sneaky little ball that clipped right onto the foot of Lambert, who seemed as surprised as anybody that the ball got through. And thankfully for 901 FC, played it well wide.
Kevin Lambert has certainly been the Rising's most dangerous attacking player, and he's a center back. And that'll be the half of this one, but a really dangerous ball from Sandy Moir. 901 FC might be a little fortunate that this game isn't tied up and that wasn't a potential penalty.
Both could have been there for sure, but 901 FC deservedly leads after goals in the first half from Philip Goodrum and Reese Buckmaster gave them a 2-0 lead. Phoenix Rising cut it back to 2-1. This is a goal fest we've got at AutoZone Park. Halftime here, 2-1. 901 FC leads. We'll have stats and more for you as the half continues.
I see doctors, I see lawyers, I see kings. It's time that we create the narrative of what a respectable black man looks like. I'm attorney Henry Reeves of the Reeves Law Firm. Let us be your voice.
Hello, this is Pastor Wilson of the New Beginning Church. I want to invite you to tune in this Sunday morning at 6:30 at CW30. Come worship with us this Sunday morning at 8 a.m. or 10:30. Your blessing is in my message. God bless you.
Let me tell you what happened to my buddy Ray. A huge tractor trailer ran a red light and totaled his car. Ray was seriously injured, but insurance companies can be so cruel. They refused to pay his medical bills or provide any money for his family's needs until he called attorney Mike Montesi. After Mike's help, Ray would never worry about money again. If you're injured, just know Mike Montesi is there to help you too. Call attorney Mike Montesi, 526-2126.
Years ago, my grandmother owned a neighborhood grocery store in North Nashville. Growing up, she taught me the value of serving our community and saving customers money. Today, our team brings that same core value of service and savings to our customers. With easy-to-navigate stores and the best grocery prices around, our stores save customers time and money. Looks like Grandma knew what she was talking about. Come see us at your neighborhood Memphis Save-A-Lot grocery stores.
The straight skinny on injury cases is that everyone will tell you that it's easy to settle your case. And it is easy, as long as you're settling for peanuts. If you want the money that you deserve, it's gonna be a fight. But this is your life. Your life is worth this fight. Pick up the phone and call me now. 888-WE-FIGHT. Make the call. Let's get it all. 888-WE-FIGHT.
Halftime here as the sun sets on a sweltering AutoZone Park. Memphis 901 FC, having won 5 straight at home. They're close to making it 6, up 2-1 at the half. We'll have a look around the league, some stats, and a whole lot more as a very exciting match here at AutoZone Park continues. It has been a terrific show so far, and the goals, well, they've been coming. And they finally arrived, and quite frankly, with 3 goals scored between these two teams, could have been even more than that over the previous 90 minutes. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back, take a look around the league, and have a whole lot more as we continue here from AutoZone Park.
For over 20 years, OPOX has been keeping the Mid-South
warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
OPOX is family-owned and operated, so our family will take care of yours every step of the way. And right now, you can double up and save. Buy a new AC unit and get 50% off a new furnace to match it. Count on OPOX for fast and professional heating and cooling services. Count on OPOX.
Car wreck? Call the 8s.
Car repairs, medical bills, missed work, there's no time to wait.
Just dial 8. 888-8888.
When you need help now and you need it fast.
Just dial 8. It's as easy as can be. 888-8888.
When you call the 8s, you'll get the no-fee guarantee.
That means you won't pay anything unless you get money.
So what are you waiting for? Call 888-8888 and get the no-fee guarantee.
Car wreck? Call the 8s. 888-8888. Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton.
Years ago, my grandmother owned a neighborhood grocery store in North Nashville. Growing up, she taught me the value of serving our community and saving customers money. Today, our team brings that same core value of service and savings to our customers. With easy-to-navigate stores and the best grocery prices around, our stores save customers time and money. Looks like Grandma knew what she was talking about. Come see us at your neighborhood Memphis Save-A-Lot grocery stores.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255. If you're between 40 and 85, get your free Funeral Advantage Guide. Help keep your family financially protected with up to $20,000 cash immediately.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions.
Funeral Advantage is something we'll all need. There's no risk or obligation.
Call 800-845-1724.
The straight skinny on injury cases is that everyone will tell you that it's easy to settle your case. And it is easy, as long as you're settling for peanuts. If you want the money that you deserve, it's gonna be a fight. But this is your life. Your life is worth this fight. Pick up the phone and call me now. 888-WE-FIGHT. Make the call. Let's get it all. 888-WE-FIGHT.
It's been a terrific match so far at AutoZone Park. 2-1 is the score. Memphis 901 FC leading Phoenix Rising FC, but both teams showing some potent goal-scoring possibilities in the first half, and I would imagine plenty more to come. Let's take a look around the USL Championship as a very busy time in the league continues. Current El Paso forward Diego Luna and 4 USL Championship alums helped the U.S. win their 3rd straight CONCACAF U20 title, as well as qualifying for the 2024 Olympic Games. Augustine Williams, Sierra Leone international, recorded 5 goals and an assist across 5 appearances, leading the Player of the Month nominees, the Charleston battery forward there. And, of course, for 901 FC, we mentioned it is a big one next week. Top two in the Eastern Conference, Louisville and Memphis. It's been a rivalry between the cities for an awful long time in a lot of different sports, and now we can join USL Soccer as one of those sports. And by the way, a great pre-match watch party next week at Ghost River Brewing for those of you that are going to come downtown Memphis. Should be a great chance. Starts at 5:15. They got all kinds of specials on libations. You can be part of the parade to the match at 6:55. It's going to be a terrific night. 7:30 kickoff. And JJ, you've been part of Memphis Louisville rivalries, and of course, your dad has been part of them too. And Memphis Louisville, no love lost, but maybe the biggest one we've seen in soccer for sure.
Absolutely, and it always means more when you're looking at number 1 and number 2 in the Eastern Conference. So, you got two of the best teams in the league. Of course, kind of rival cities there. Looking forward to watching that one next week.
No doubt about it, as the standings are terrific and tight, and 901 FC is trying to extend and keep up with Louisville, because Louisville, as you see, putting the business to New York Red Bulls too right now, midway through that second half, 4-0. So you can expect 3 more points to be racked up for Lou City. So puts the pressure on 901 FC to win to keep up with them. A thriller, Tampa Bay hangs on to beat Hartford 3-2. Earlier on, Pittsburgh puts a hurting on the Miami FC 4-1. And halftime, Tulsa and Atlanta United 2 are knotted at 1 apiece. USL Championship this year, JJ, has been full of really good action. And, I think it's been, you watch the quality of the league continue to rise year after year, and it's kind of reflected in the standings because there's so many more teams that have been, kind of putting up there. A team like Birmingham Legion, it's a very good team, but they're sitting at 6th and just can't quite get the traction. Louisville City, Tampa Bay, Memphis 901 FC right there at the top. And, boy, you see the top 5 teams separated by just 3 points right now.
It's been so fun to see 901 FC make that leap and join the big boys of the USL Championship Eastern Conference. When it comes to Louisville City and the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, these are the blue chip clubs of the USL Championship. They've been here, they've done that. So for Memphis 901 FC and Detroit City, for that matter, to kind of join the ranks of the top 5, top 6 clubs in the Eastern Conference, it's been a really fun 2022 season.
All right, JJ, let's take a look at the numbers from tonight's matchup so far. A matchup that has seen an awful lot of goal-scoring opportunity. Possession has been all 901 FC, almost a 2-1 margin. 6 shots on target, giving you just 2 goals. It tells you how good Ben Lunt has been. 12-4 overall in the shots. 2 expected goals already, which that's a big XG number for just one half. Twice as many passes for 901 FC. As you said in the boxing match, if it were you go to the cards, the judges would tell you 901 FC would be in complete control, but they've only got that 1 goal lead.
At times, it's been a really dominant performance from 901 FC, but they've also had some kind of silly fouls, and silly set pieces that they've given up, and of course that one goal from Kevin Lambert off the corner kick where the team really just fell asleep. So Ben Pierman, the head coach for 901 FC, he'll certainly want his side to stay focused and stay after Phoenix Rising as we go into the second half.
Second half is on the way, and what a second half it will be. Hope you'll stick around and stay with us. 2-1 is the score at AutoZone Park. 901 FC with a slender lead over Phoenix Rising.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about today's the day where I'm going to go topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What? This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Corals are in front. Header back across, swatted away by Miller.
Volley from Aquay. Wow.
What a wonderful team move for Las Vegas. And a goal from Trejo. Spectacular build-up. Alvaro Quezada, good feet. He's found the upper corner.
Almost time for the second half as the sun has set. Night begins to descend on the Bluff City. 901 FC leading 2-1 after a thrilling first half full of highlights for the squad. And we'll take a look at those. But first, let's take a chance to talk to the head coach of 901 FC, Ben Pierman. Ben, that first half, those goals and those opportunities were plentiful, but I would imagine as a coach, the goal that you conceded probably sticks with you a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought we played a very good half, one of our most dominant halves of the year. We should be up by at least 2 goals, 3-4. I mean, honestly, we had half a dozen chances, and you'd be shocked. We did film and walk through that exact restart all week, getting Lambert on the back post. So we got to keep that out of the back of the net. But you know, look, if we play like that again in the second half, we'll be in a good spot. But they're a great team, great players, so it'll be a fight. We got to be up for it.
How mindful do you have to be of this weather?
Sorry?
How mindful do you have to be of the weather and the fact that it's so humid out here?
It's fine. I mean, I think it's affecting them more than it does us. We put all the barriers behind us. We don't care about the field. We don't care about the weather. We don't care about the refereeing. I mean, they should have had a red card a minute in. And so we just go for it. So, you know, we're going to keep our model going. We got to put them under pressure. They'll be in the good grass, so we got to go for it.
Thanks so much, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck the rest of the way. Ben Pierman, the head coach of 901 FC. 901 FC, of course, is up 2-1, and you could tell as a coach, JJ, it was full of great highlights, but you know, he was still a little miffed about the goal that he conceded. But look at this. When you look back at a beautiful opening goal to Philip Goodrum, ball slotted across. What a nice through ball played from Kelly to set up Fernando into the path of Goodrum to make it 1-0. And then Buckmaster, right after that, a little 1-2, right-footed daisy cutter that goes right into the back of the net. Make it 2-0, and you're sitting pretty in tall cotton after that goal, and you're feeling pretty good. And maybe 901 FC may be feeling a little bit too good because, as Ben Pierman just mentioned, a set piece that they went ahead and practiced, and about as easy a goal as you're going to find right there from Marcus Lambert.
Absolutely. Just a ball clipped from Aiden Quinn to the back post. And Kevin Lambert just wide open at the back post. And you heard Ben Pierman, they've been looking at the film all week. They know that Kevin Lambert is a threat in the air. And it looked like Niall Logan, it might couldn't see. There might have been Reese Buckmaster in the back post for 901 FC. He might have gotten their wires crossed there. But if you're Ben Pierman, you still got to be happy. You got to focus on the good of the first half. You're up 2-1. You want to start the second half as you did the first.
Ball played up as we are underway for half number 2 here in the USL Championship. 901 FC leading 2-1. Phoenix still carrying some threat in this match, no doubt about it. And you'd love to see an early goal kind of settle the nerves just a bit. For Phoenix, there has been a substitution, and you know, you'll see a few more of those. No doubt about that as things go on. It was Babacar Jai who ends up having to be subbed out for Ryan Flood. Jai looked like he'd been carrying a little bit of an injury, and certainly he worked his socks off in that first half. And so not a surprise to see Flood, who's also a fullback, take his place along the left back position. So a like-for-like swap right at the beginning for Phoenix Rising. Don't miss a minute of the action In 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN+, the home for USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. 901 FC, a appropriate 901 record when they're leading at the half, JJ, so that is good news. 9 wins and just the 1 draw. They've also undefeated when they have scored first. So all the signs point in the direction of 901 FC. Those stats don't win you those games. You got to go out and finish it.
You got to attack, and you can't by no means park the bus, and we haven't seen that at all from Ben Pyramid side this season. Once they smell blood, taste some blood in the water, they go after it, and I certainly expect to see that in the first half of the second half of this match.
Fernando getting a foot in, forces a throw. Ball crossed into, handled well from Graham Smith, and then nice turn from Goodrum, and now an opportunity here. If he can play and release Allen, he tries to, but maybe just a little too far in front of the South Shields native. And who else but Ben Lunt comes out to play the sweeper keeper and get that ball out of play. Dangerous opportunity, 2v2 in the transition for 901 FC.
Excellent counterattacking opportunity. You saw Chris Allen just burst right through the middle of the pitch, and once again, it's Ben Lunt's right foot stepping out strong, playing the Manuel Neuer role and just clearing that ball off the top of the 18-yard box. But once again, it's good to see 901 FC on the front foot.
Ball swept across, and now a real opportunity for Segrist. Segrist cuts it back, and Lambert in good position to clear that ball away. Good idea from Segrist, making his way up, looking a little bit like Iceman with that flat top that he seems to be sporting tonight.
Patrick Segrist, much like Reese Buckmaster, always flying up and down the left-hand side, coming from that left fullback position. Good to see him getting into the 18-yard box. Good things will happen as they could now.
Great ball over, and Goodrum, again, as he holds his hand up, didn't quite make the right run on it. If he could have run a little further to that back post, that was his second goal of the night.
Absolutely. Is another great ball from
Look at this peach of a cross. Right?
Patrick Segrist. A great combination play between Jeremy Kelly and Patrick Segrist, and he just whips that ball into the back post, but Philip Goodrum just arriving a little bit too late, but good attacking play from 901 FC.
That is a beautiful cross, just begging to be headed into the back of the net. The fullbacks in Ben Pyramid's system are always asked to do a lot. They are, Buckmaster, as we mentioned, has played every minute of every game. Segrist is an ever-present. He started every single match. JJ, the energy level he asks of them is a lot, but these guys can handle it.
They can handle it, and they can handle it in any kind of weather, any kind of extreme weather. There's not a lot of fullbacks that can, carry the workload that Patrick Segrist and Reese Buckmaster have shouldered this season. They're an extremely important piece in the cog of this 901 FC attacking style offense. So Ben Pyramid certainly will want to keep them around for as long as he can, but they've had great seasons, each of them so far this year.
Smith trying to loft the ball up to Kelly. Kelly unable to handle it, but that time Goodrum now sneaks in there to try to start an attack with Fernando up top. Phoenix rising. It's sort of a disjointed start to this second half so far. Both teams kind of searching for the rhythm that they got throughout much of that first half, and in particular 901 FC. But a little stop-start for both of these teams as they kind of struggle to get out of the gates here to begin half number 2. Ben Pyramid, you heard him talk about how he feels like the weather's an advantage for his team. They're used to it. Phoenix is not, and I would agree. It does seem that Phoenix is laboring a little more than 901 FC as the conditions continue to be super, super humid. Fernando back to Allen. Dusty ball to Kelly. Nice turn. Finds Fernando. Fernando now looking to get to beat his man 1v1. A little nutmeg. Just too far in front. Allows that clearance to come through from Farrell. Fernando showing some fancy footwork. A very skillful player is the Brazilian.
Great player, 1v1. You can see him once again going at Ryan Flood with the little tricks. He's always going to want to cut back on that left foot. I'd love to see him maybe hit that ball first time with his right foot. He's got a decent right foot as well, so we saw him that assist to Philip Goodrum in the first half. I think, if he can do a step over his left foot, touch it to the right, and whip in a ball, he's certainly got that in his locker. I'd like to see him do more of that in the second half.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem quite comfortable enough to try it, but he's got it, and as it's already led to an assist, as you mentioned. So we'll see if he can pull that out of his bag of tricks tonight. Now Kelly settles it. Goodrum stays at, oh. Going to be whistled there. Tight one.
A bit unlucky there from Philip Goodrum. Stuck that leg out. Probably a good call in the end from Matthew Conger, our center official of this match. See on the replay here, strong challenge there from Chaston, and Goodrum, sticks that leg out just a little bit. Of course, he'll be frustrated with it, but a good call in the end.
Phoenix Rising takes the free kick and then begins their own attack. Pass settling over, and now they go to that right side. And Epps beats Segrist, puts the ball in. Buckmaster able to head it away. Luis Fernando keeps it in play, much to the chagrin of Phoenix Rising, who didn't think he did. Well, the referee's assistant is the one that counts, and says that ball remains in play. 901 FC now settling things down. Now Jeremy Kelly tracking the ball forward. Back to Malloy. Phoenix Rising able to set their defensive front. So 901 FC just going to rebuild patiently, take it all the way back to Muse. A little heavy touch from Muse, but he's able to settle it down, and then a nice exit ball to Segrist, who settles it to Kelly. Kelly now moving forward. Allen looked very lively tonight. Back to Segrist, great opportunity. Cross, just a little too close to Ben Lunt. Diagonal run from Goodrum, flashing across. Good idea. Couldn't quite time it, but a nice attack, a nice move from 901 FC.
Once again, really good build-up from 901 FC, starting from back to front. That final ball in the final third, just a little bit off. Look to see if Patrick Segrist and Philip Goodrum can get on the same page in the final third on those near post runs.
Phoenix Rising down a goal. Trying to work their way forward. They've really struggled to sustain attacks. They've had their moments, mostly in the set piece game. And here's a chance for them in open play. Ball flashed through. Niall Loeb with a kung fu kick to clear it away. And now very quickly back in transition, Fernando with a bit of green grass here at AutoZone Park to work with, tries to cut it back. And again, they're onto that trick of cutting back inside on that left foot. Fernando taken down. No whistle. He remains down, and he's back up down. It is okay. Muse clears it out. Settled in from Phoenix Rising. Whichever team can settle first in this half is going to have the advantage, JJ. Both teams look a little bit slow out of the gates to kind of find that rhythm.
A little slow out of the gates, and just that final pass in the final third is just off from 901 FC. And really, this is what Phoenix Rising looks for, is these set-piece opportunities. They really get all their big bodies inside of the 18-yard box. They bring up Joey Farrell from the center back position, Kevin Lambert from the center back position, and they look for Aiden Quinn to just serve balls, get service right on top of the PK spot, in between the 6-yard box and 18-yard box.
Diagonal ball played over to Lambert, who heads it across, dealt with by 901 FC. Ball deflected, and oof, opportunity there, kind of a sneaky one. That time it was Epps.
Very interesting opportunity is the ball took a deflection, and Marcus Epps was alert and got to it first. It looked like he was trying a back heel almost, and couldn't quite get his heel on the ball, and Trey Muse was right there, fortunately enough for 901 FC to pick it up.
Yeah, good work from Trey Muse to kind of keep his head in the game there. It was one of those, some of those tricky opportunities can kind of come out of nowhere. Saw an earlier one in this match from 901 FC where Goodrum had one that kind of fell out of his feet out of nowhere. Good job from Segrist to keep that ball in. Back to Kelly. Kelly now top of the box. Plenty of room for Goodrum. Ball deflected just wide. Good opportunity. 18 yards out for Goodrum. Plenty of space and time. And as a striker, you can ask for little more than that. Right foot, ball deflected out. Lambert just got a toe to it. It'll be a Celtic crossing corner for 901 FC.
Really good opportunity from 901 FC. Great ball from Jeremy Kelly. into that D right on top of the 18-yard box for Philip Goodrum. That's what you do in training, right? Take that first touch inside the D and get a shot on goal. And that ball was on target, but a good deflection in the end from Phoenix.
Now Malloy. Celtic crossing corner, a little too close to Ben Lunt, who handles it easily and then plays it out. The distribution, excellent. Long ball up to Epps. Epps who settles it well, and now Phoenix with a chance here, plays it forward, onside, flip back and Muse. Ball's going to be out for a goal kick. Or they're going to say he kept it in. It looked like the ball was over the inline to me. Not much difference either way. Great opportunity for 901 FC now to reset, rebuild, continue to maintain possession against this Phoenix squad. It's been mostly set pieces and broken plays that have given Phoenix their opportunities, the ones that they've had. Settle things down and just kind of keep control of the match, and I think 901 FC will be okay.
901 FC is not playing bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that final pass in the final third that's been just a bit off.
Kelly plays it over, now Leston Paul. Wanted a little more movement up front. Had to pass it over to Buckmaster. Buckmaster slides it back. Smith up to Goodrum, plays a tidy little one-time ball over to Fernando and then finishes his run. Fernando still with it. Nice cut through ball. Unfortunately, Goodrum not on the same wavelength, but that little disguised through pass is such a dangerous weapon when it works.
Good effort from Luis Fernando. Time and time again, he's getting onto that left foot. Be interesting to see if he can get more shots on goal or find Philip Goodrum on one of those through passes.
Number of subs warming up for 901 FC. Nobody really warming up, although a couple guys maybe getting ready to come on for Phoenix Rising. They have been warming up. But you would expect a fair few subs in a match like this. Now Phoenix with an opportunity, and that ball just palmed away. Trey Muse, nice save. Didn't have much on over from Santi Moar, so he decided to have a pop. He tested Trey Muse, got both hands to it and tipped it over the top.
Santi Moar is definitely one of the more dangerous players for Phoenix Rising. He's got such a powerful, accurate right foot. So you can see he's looking at the sideline now. I'm not sure if he's asking for a sub or not.
I think he was asking not to be subbed. I think he looked over and thought he was going to be subbed and said, let me stay on for just a little bit. He hasn't done a whole lot in this match, but that was a dangerous strike. Ball falls, dangerous position, and again, another opportunity for Lambert, who has just found himself time and time again in the box in a very dangerous position. He kind of resembles Didier Drogba, I'll be honest with you. He's big and rangy. The face kind of looks like Drogba. The way he plays looks like Drogba. But Drogba's not a center back.
Well, Kevin Lambert, he's a really good player. He can play all over the pitch. Certainly in the middle of the park at the number 6 or the number 8 position. Very rangy player, covers a lot of ground, and of course Phoenix have needed him at center back this season, and he's doing it on both ends of the pitch so far in this match.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Ball played out harmlessly. Phoenix now restarts. Haven't quite hit the highs of that first half in the second half with opportunities. There have been a few, though. Now that ball laced up, really ambitious ball, let's say. Maybe a little too ambitious. Trey Muse jumps on it pretty easily. Wants a little more movement from his back line and decides, well, now you guys just go ahead and head up. And we'll start it like that. Nice throw out to that left side where Segrist is able to take it. To Malloy. Malloy bundled over. Late tackle. That was a little bit chippy. This has not been a particularly chippy match, but Wynn that time made sure to follow through with that tackle. And now here comes another sub. Mitch Phoenix has already made one sub in this match. They'll make another one, as it is Lamine Jaunet coming in, along with Jose Donaciano. Both players relatively new arrivals to Phoenix Rising's squad. Marcus Epps and Chasen will head off. Two players who came in, Jaunet and Donaciano, both have arrived in the last month or so from Phoenix. Donaciano on loan from MLS side Nashville SC. Jaunet coming from Mocha FC. Donaciano in particular is a threat, a very creative player. They've liked what they've seen from him so far, even though he's happened to come in a pretty bad spell for the team. Just in terms of Phoenix, we mentioned the amount of injuries that they've had and players that they've lost. Donaciano has been thrust into the action and has impressed in his short time there, but unfortunately his team has not. Phoenix now trying to play from the back. Press pushing ever forward, forcing a bit of a hopeful ball forward from Ben Lunt. That ball is handled by 901 FC. Same thing here, just another high ball, and Fernando fighting over on that far side and unable to win the ball. Throw into Phoenix Rising. Now Phoenix an opportunity. The ball's going to stay in play. And Logue, terrific job of cutting that out, at least initially. Then had to slide through and make another tackle on the back end. Niall Logue has been such a rock for this team since his arrival last year. That was another good play from that central defender. Now Moore still out there. Slides the ball through. Cross coming in, headed away from Smith. Fernando trying his best to get the ball to a shirt in blue, and he finally will. And that ball is going to go to Leston Paul. Plays it back, and now looking forward, well over the top for Goodrum. Phoenix Rising starting to establish a little rhythm. They seem to have started the second half slightly better than 901 FC. That's the danger, JJ, of not taking advantage of the opportunities that you have when you have them in the first one.
Absolutely. That's certainly danger, but you also have to give a lot of credit to Ben Lunt. So we have a somewhat dangerous opportunity here. That's got to be a foul, which it surely is. Yeah, with Jaunet on Reese Buckmaster.
Jaunet has knocked the shoe off of Buckmaster. That was basically a tackle, I think, which is not allowed.
Fair tackle. Good hustle from Jaunet, but to your point, Peter, we've got to give credit to Phoenix Rising, who have come out in the second half. See the replay here. It looked like Jaunet stepped on the back of the heel of Reese Buckmaster and gave him a flat tire, if you will, as we call it in the game. And Buckmaster's shoe came off, and it doesn't really feel good when you get stepped on your heel. As we'll give him some time to tie up his boots there, but it'll be interesting to see if Ben Pierman starts looking down his bench and seeing who he might want to bring in, and whether he wants to bring in more attacking players to try to close this game out, get that third go-ahead goal, or bring in more defensive players and try to get out of here with a 2-1 victory.
Well, all 7 potential subs are up and warming up, at least, so the opportunities are there. Ben Pierman wants to at least have the full array of players to choose from when and if he decides to make those subs. I think it's just a matter of time. High ball in, and Moar is going to be able to settle it in. Dangerous opportunity here. Moar trying to find some help. Does. Great ball and a good save. Well done, Trey Muse. Handled it and didn't spill it. But again, that was a dangerous strike from Jaunet, who's just arrived onto the scene. See Moar showing his experience and able to settle it under pressure.
You know, Peter, I'm very surprised Moar didn't just decide to lock that over the head of Trey Muse, who was quite a bit off of his line there, really almost at the top of the 18-yard box. And I've seen Santi Moar time and time again chip goalkeepers, so he didn't feel comfortable with that opportunity, but a really dangerous, great opportunity for Phoenix.
Yeah, maybe the pressure that was put on him, maybe you couldn't quite see exactly where Muse was, but Muse has had a tendency to kind of ease off his line a little more than most keepers. A lot of times that helps because you're able to anticipate, but it does carry a bit of risk when you do it. Phoenix Rising now once again playing it out. Moar is able to handle it 1v1, plays it back, plenty of space. Here's a shot just over the top. Whoo, dangerous one there. Trey Muse very fortunate that Greg Hurst looking for goal number 6 for his season. And Leston Paul telling everybody to settle down because it's getting a little bit hairy at the back for 901 FC.
Great opportunity there from Greg Hurst. Hasn't touched the ball much in this match at all. That might have been his 3rd or 4th touch. And certainly as your striker leading the front line for Phoenix, you would want him to at the very least hit the target on that shot.
It does seem that there's a little bit of uncertainty at the back from 901 FC at this point. Muse electing not to go out and sweep that ball. Looked like he maybe could have swept it before Moar even had it, and some miscommunication happening, and you see Leston Paul trying to settle everybody down. It does seem that Phoenix is starting to build into this match a little bit. This is where a nice spell of possession would do 901 FC the world of good, just to kind of calm things down and reassert your authority in the match.
A lot of times it looks like Phoenix has a very simple strategy, very Route 1 football, just lofting the ball over the top of the left back, Patrick Seagrass, and the center backs there, and just trying to find Sandy Moar, right down the middle of the pitch. So 901 FC will certainly need to be aware of that.
Beautiful ball to Seagrass, who's got plenty of time, settles it back to Kelly. Kelly trying to dribble a bit too much, and will that ball go out for a corner? It will not. Lambert is able to keep that ball in and play it up. Good pass from Goodrum, though, to set that move up, and now ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a foul, actually, given by the official on Goodrum.
You can see how quickly Phoenix is starting to play now. They're really picking up the tempo in this match. Of course, they're down 2-1, and at this point in the season, they need victories even away from home. So fully expect to see Phoenix continue to keep this pressure up for the remaining 20-plus minutes of this match.
Well, they've certainly played, they've had the better of the second half compared to 901 FC. It just seems like the 901 FC's not quite had the same level of confidence and rhythm, and Phoenix is growing in confidence as this match goes on. Another good ball, well-timed. The ball pinballs around the back, and finally Trey Muse is able to handle it, but that was a really good opportunity as that driving cross found that pocket right in between the two defenders in the back. This is a terrific ball in, and Hurst, unfortunately for him, found Niall Logue's head, but that ball could have gone anywhere, JJ.
A fantastic ball whipped in from the left back Ryan Flood right into the noggin of Greg Hurst, and Greg Hurst couldn't find the target once again. I wouldn't be surprised if Rick Shantz starts looking down his bench and trying to find a striker that'll put the ball on target.
Kelly jumps in, takes the ball in, and here comes Leston Paul getting a little more forward than we used to see from the Trinidad and Tobago International, and a good tackle from Jean A. No whistle. Reminder, this is a big one tonight and a huge one next week. Memphis 901 FC against Louisville City FC. Join the watch party. 5:15 is when things start. Get a bucket of beers, 16-ounce beers for $24. Are you kidding me? 40 tickets will be given away, food specials, and a whole lot more, and be part of the march to the stadium that begins at 6:55. That's going to be a fun Saturday night out on Beale Street at the Ghost River Brewing Company, the brew house out there, and the brewery. Whew. Bucket special, not too bad. You can go for that right now, JJ. I don't think they're going to let us do that.
I don't think so. And look, Philip Goodrum, he's going to want maybe not a bucket, but maybe a couple beers actually tonight. A couple Ghost Rivers, man.
I think he's going to need some ice at the very least that would go in the bucket.
Exactly. He's just been all over the pitch tonight from 901 FC as he usually is.
And we will see now the first substitution of the night, and I would imagine the first of many. Luis Fernando is going to depart in the 71st minute to be replaced by Derek Dodson. So a like-for-like sub, a forward on for a forward. A little bit of a different approach, but it makes sense. And Ben Pierman trying to push that 2-1 advantage out a little bit and trying to kind of reestablish some effectiveness up front. Fernando, I think, has just kind of run himself out of the match.
He's put in an absolute shift tonight. Luis Fernando has. I think Ben Pierman will be very pleased with his performance, and Derek Dotson, who's just been really good all season, coming off the bench and filling in for Laurent Casilladou and playing in a starting role and being very productive on the wing for 901 FC. So this is a very good sub for 901 FC. Derek Dotson will come in with fresh legs. He'll be able to get up and down the pitch in the last 20 minutes or so of this match.
That was sort of a de facto water break. We didn't have an official water break in the first half, but I think that kind of served as one right there, JJ, where both teams kind of stopped and caught their breath, got a little fluid intake, and certainly going to need to do that. Segrist plays the ball over to Malloy. Malloy chips it back to Segrist, back to Malloy. Playing the 1-2 now, little triangle. Back to Malloy. Malloy sizzles one. Don't think that Lunt could see that until fairly late. And it was a little closer than you thought. Malloy with not a bad idea.
That's such a unique part of Aaron Malloy's game. Not only is he good defensively and such a great technical passer of the ball, but he's always looking towards goal as well. He's got a wonderful strike on him with that right foot, excuse me. He's looking for the back post there, but couldn't hit the target.
Another opportunity here, though, in the set-piece situation. Really dangerous spot for Phoenix Rising. Santi Moar puts the ball down and now heads into the box. He managed to convince Rick Shantz to keep him out there.
It's another dangerous opportunity for Phoenix Rising on the left foot of Aiden Quinn. This will be an in-swinging opportunity, which makes it that much more dangerous. He'll probably looking on that back post for Kevin Lambert once again, who's always lurking.
Here comes Lambert again. Lambert, oh! Just wide. And Lambert, Dotson was marking him, and Lambert was able to just kind of free himself from Dotson far too easily for a player, especially who just came out onto the pitch. And Lambert, you watch right there, is able just to get right around, no problem. Ball came right to him, and he just missed it.
Looked like Graham Smith might have either gotten a slight touch on that ball or distracted Kevin Lambert just enough for him to...
I think he just missed it, the JJ. I mean, it looked like it just glanced off the forehead as opposed to made that solid contact, and he's, you could see him cursing himself heading back down because that was another great chance. And 901 FC, boy, Ben Pierman, he's gonna have a lot to discuss with the team at this point because of the inability to find Lambert in these set-piece situations. It's really, really causing problems.
You can kind of see, I know we're getting a good look at Jeremy Kelly and Aaron Malloy now, but off camera, Ben Pierman's having a long conversation with Niall Logue on the sideline, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's talking to him about, hey, can we find Kevin Lambert on the back post? It's clear as day, it's quite obvious, but for whatever reason, 901 FC just can't seem to locate him.
No, and he was in the farthest position. It was very clear what he was going to do, and he just shed himself from Derek Dotson very quickly and went right at that post. Terrific ball, too, from Quinn. So very fortunate for 901 FC not to be tied in this match. Of course, last week, Phoenix faced a very similar situation against Orange County. They were down 2-1 fairly late on and then scored in the 94th minute to equalize at 2. Certainly hope you don't see that again in this matchup tonight. 901 FC would love to get that third goal to help shut that door. Moar going through the gears, staying with it. Ball is deflected. Segrist able to get a deflection on that, but Moore puts it back in the middle. Another dangerous spot. Hurst couldn't quite bring it down, and 901 FC clearing it. But again, now, as opposed to controlling it, JJ, it's sort of aimless clearing now to relieve the pressure, but a mistake gives Goodrum an opportunity. Plays it back very wisely. Good ball to Allen. 1v1, great save. Ben Lunt. Terrific composure in the box from 901 FC. Allen with a perfect opportunity and another chance that 901 FC just could not finish.
Ben Lunt, time and time again, just saving Phoenix Rising over and over. This is a great little back heel to Derek Dotson. Derek Dodson, a great pass to Chris Allen. Chris Allen putting at a comfortable height there for Ben Lunt, but he still had to make the save. He stood up tall, held his ground, and made the save, this time with a strong left hand.
Oh man, what a great opportunity that was. And finally Moar couldn't escape forever. He gets the hook. And coming on is Richmond Antwi, who scored as a sub last week. He scored that equalizing goal to make it 2-2 against Orange County. What a chance, though. And you love the composure from 901 FC. That little back heel played from Goodrum right into the path of Dodson, who, coming onto the match, might have been forgiven for taking a shot. Instead, he sets up Allen perfectly, just couldn't find the finish. Meanwhile, Malloy staying with it, good feet. Now plays it back out to Dodson. Dodson fires one through the legs of the defender, but once again, Lunt there. Keep the hands on it. And to start play, again, 901 FC, I don't know what the updated expected goals would be, but they've had about 4 or 5 clear-cut chances, and have only scored 2. Dodson now plays it. I'm sorry.
Certainly expect to see more chances from 901 FC and Phoenix Rising. Of course, Phoenix Rising has no choice but to continue to throw players forward and get numbers in the final third of 901 FC. So I expect to see a lot of fireworks in the last 15 minutes of this match.
Allen fighting for the ball, unable to bring it in. Ball deflects out, and it will be a Phoenix Rising throw. And that ball deflected back. Trying to dribble through everybody. Maybe not the best idea for Farrell, center back, to do. Meanwhile, that ball slotted up. That's got to be an offside, and Kelly it is. Jeremy Kelly just offsides. Played the ball through the lines. Weird restart there.
Very strange. Looked like that might have been a live ball and a great opportunity for Patrick Seegers to score there, but Ben Lunt once again making the save.
There's that live XG. Thank you very much. 2.3 goals expected for 901 FC. Most of that XG coming from that great chance there just a few minutes ago. Phoenix up to 1.2, though. They were well below that in the first half, so they've edged out the second half thus far. Can they find that equalizer? Not like that, they can't. The ball from Yane into the bleachers.
A little bit too much exuberance there from Jane, who's been really active since he's come onto the pitch and given Reese Buckmaster something to think about. But time and time again, Reese Buckmaster stood up to the test.
You see the newcomer Richmond Antwi. He's a powerful player, and he's taking his place right up top for Phoenix Rising. So something again for the 901 FC defensive pairing of Logue and Smith to think about. Something else that they've got to think about. Another sub coming in, this one from 901 FC, as we will see the departure of Philip Goodrum, who understandably so has worked like crazy. Scored the opening goal tonight, his 10th of the season. He is out, and David Egbo coming in for his into his place.
Excellent performance from Philip Goodrum as he gets the slow jog and gives his teammates a bit of a rest here. Great job from Philip Goodrum tonight. Of course, he'll be a little bit disappointed, although he did score a goal. He wanted the hat trick. He might have even could have had 4 goals tonight, Peter. But once again, another huge shift put in from the striker.
Ball slotted through to Antwi. Antwi gets past Muse, and what a nice job recovering. That was all the way back from Smith to get that out of play. And now a dangerous play by Jean over there. Buckmaster holding his shin. That was a fantastic through ball from Phoenix Rising to Antwi. Ball got under Muse and was a real dangerous position, but Smith with a desperate clearance. Look at the through ball, perfect, and it just slides under, but look at Smith back, sliding through. Desperation stuff from 901 FC, and then a nasty little clip from Jean.
Great defensive stance from 901 FC.
Phoenix asking a lot of questions of this 901 FC group.
And they will for the rest of this. We're probably going to have 12, 13 minutes of this match, maybe 15 if we include stoppage time. We've had quite a number of substitutions and a few guys that have gone down with some kind of nagging little knocks and injuries here and there. So we'll probably get a decent amount of stoppage time. And Phoenix Rising, they have to, they really need to win this game or at least get a point. We got some action here.
Ooh, that's a red cat. That's red card. He's out. That's Ryan Flood. Stepped on Dodson. And you could tell instantly from the reaction. Stepped on him. Flood disagrees, but the reaction from Dodson was very clear. And Phoenix Rising shooting themselves in the foot with a ridiculous bit of play from Ryan Flood. Totally unnecessary stuff just when they were getting themselves back into the match. See right there, look, that's a nasty little stomp. He knew exactly what he was doing right there.
He had to have known what he was doing, and at the very least, it was extremely, extremely clumsy. Just goes right through the back of Ryan Flood. Oh, yeah, and then just steps right on him, right in front of the Phoenix Rising supporters. And he knows, he's already looking at the referee. He knows that he's going to be in some trouble, and right away he gets the red card. You hear it from the fans. They're not too happy with that behavior, and got to hope Derek Dodson will be okay.
Dodson gets up, but, I mean, just a positively idiotic move from Flood in any part of the pitch, in particular when the referee's looking right at you. And he had a chance to look down, see where his foot was going to go, and he ends up stepping right on the upper kind of quad area, kind of hamstring area of Dodson.
Definitely a boneheaded play from Ryan Flood. Like you said, Peter, at any point of the pitch to do that. But now, your team is down, and so we got more action here. That might have been the captain, Lester Paul, getting a yellow card for his involvement, trying to protect his teammate there. And Lester Paul will certainly take that. Things are calming down here, but just really a not smart play at the very least from the left back, Ryan Flood, getting that red card. Having his team go down to 10 men while also be down 2-1. In the place that they are at this point of the season, being in 11th place in the Western Conference.
Reese Buckmaster also picking up a yellow card amid the craziness that happened there. When all said and done, it'll be Aaron Malloy set to take the free kick from the right side of the pitch. But Phoenix Rising had worked really hard to get themselves back into that match. And then I'm sure Rick Shantz, their head coach, will be furious with Ryan Flood with that bit of petulance, because that cost you all that momentum, and now you have to fight and try to fight back for an equalizer, a man down. That's difficult, really, really difficult. 901 FC though can't lose focus. Got to finish strong. They've been given an opportunity. Got to take full advantage of it here.
Now's the time for 901 FC to be truly aggressive and be ruthless. Go for that third goal, possess the ball, and Phoenix Rising side of the pitch. The good grass, as Ben Pierman called it. At halftime, and really go out in this game with a bang. You've got your goal up, you got a man up. It's time to really go after this game and earn these 3 points.
Phoenix trying to sort out the defense a little bit. They will replace Luis Sejas, who is a goal-scoring forward midfielder, with Musa. James Musa comes in as a center back. So with Flood out, somebody had to be sacrificed, and Sejas is the one who was sacrificed to bring in that extra defender. Now Malloy, really good free kick, good opportunity, and a goal! Graham Smith makes it 3-1 off the restart.
And that's an absolute dagger from 901 FC. That's exactly how Ben Pierman would have wanted it. Be absolutely ruthless in attack, as Ryan Flood was sent off, of course, with that red card. You're up a man. Excellent free kick from Aaron Malloy. Even better finish from Graham Smith. We see on the replay here, whipped in ball from Aaron Malloy. What a finish that is from Graham Smith. Another headed goal from the center back. 3-1, 901 FC.
Set piece delivery from both teams has been superb tonight. Graham Smith getting the goal that 901 FC richly deserve. What a header from the center back. 3-1 is the score. Third goal of the season for the 6'3" defender from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. And he went Rocky Mountain High to get that one into the back of the net. Ben Lunt. Got to feel sorry for that guy.
Ben Lunt, man, he's absolutely
Can
stood
a
on his
goalkeeper
head.
be a man of the match when his team loses 3-1? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he's without him, it's 6-1 or more. So what a performance by him. 3-1 now. Phoenix with all to do, trying to come back from 2 goals down with about 5 minutes and change left to play. And a man down. Did I mention that? Zach Carroll coming on as Ben Pierman trying to close up shop now. Jeremy Kelly to be subbed out. Zach Carroll in the back. Now this is appearance number 149 for the big defender. So next time he's out there will be magic 150 appearances in the USL Championship. But he's on with one job and one job only out there right now, and that's just to make sure that this lead lasts for just a few more minutes. And 901 FC gets 3 more points on the board. This would be win number 6 in a row at home, which is a remarkable run for 901 FC. So very impressive, to say the least. Also impressive, Leo Messi. And are you ready to get messy? Leo Messi and Hard Rock Cafe have teamed up to create a winning combo. Experience the taste of victory. Smashed burgers with savory Spanish-style chorizo and signature sauce. I do love some chorizo. Available for a limited time at the Hard Rock Cafe on historic Beale Street. Foul given. Free kick to Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising, though, the starch has gone out of the shirt, so to speak. They were playing with energy, with passion, with belief, and that red card, and then, of course, the subsequent goal that has sapped all of that. And Phoenix Rising, who look set for their 5th loss in their last 6 matchups, have not won a match, JJ, since May 28th. We are well into July now, so that ain't good.
It's not good, and I hate using this word, but it's unprecedented for Phoenix Rising to have, this sustained level of lack of performance, if you will. There's a driven ball and then another clearance from Graham Smith. And just really a foolish decision to keep going back to it. That red card from Ryan Flood, the left back for Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising, they were on the front foot, really attacking the back line of 901 FC, and almost looked as if they were going to go get another goal to tie this thing up. And just a foolish decision to step on the back leg of Derek Dodson. And of course, right after that, 901 FC, you don't want to give them that kind of chance. They go and get the go-ahead goal with Graham Smith. So it's just kind of been the story of the season for Phoenix Rising so far this year in 2022.
No doubt about it. Now 901 FC just trying to see this thing out and get that 6th win in a row at home. And now a chance next week to go for win number 7 in a row at home, and that would be the biggest one of them all against the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, Louisville City. Louisville City a winner tonight against New York Red Bulls 2. That means both these teams will be coming off victories when they play next week in what is setting up to be the biggest regular season matchup, JJ, that I can remember in 901 FC history.
That's going to be a very exciting match. These are not only 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, of course, at 1 and 2, but 2 of the best teams in the entire league. And Louisville City is, just a perennial great team, of course. 3-time champions, Louisville City, and the new guys, 901 FC, are just, they've really shown that they're here, right, with their level of play in the USL Championship, the way they score goals and the way they defend as well. So going to be in a really exciting matchup here at AutoZone Park next week.
Into the 5 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time with a corner coming from Phoenix Rising. And again, just be aware of where Mr. Lambert is, because he has been the one that has been so dangerous on every single set piece. And here it comes floated up in his direction. Again, Musa this time gets a hand or gets a head to it. And that time Aaron Malloy boots that thing well over the dugout and heading into the bullpen, quite frankly, with that one. Anywhere will do, JJ, at this point for 901 FC.
Absolutely. Now it's just about getting the ball high and far away from your own goal.
Antwi go to the byline. Nice kick save from Muse. Allen, terrific tackle right there on the edge of the box. And now a chance with that. Boy, and this is Boyce now, Devin Boyce, who is coming, for Allen. Boyce, fresh legs, was trying to show those fresh legs off with a run, but when you're up 2 goals and up a man, no need to get too crazy with the ball. As 901 FC is more than happy to just pass this thing around a little bit, take some of the air out of the ball, and head into home with 3 points in the pocket.
Really professional performance in the second half of this match for 901 FC, especially after that red card from Phoenix Rising. And they took advantage of the really silly mistake from Phoenix Rising and have just absolutely made them pay, and they're moving the ball around now with ease.
Well, and the vulnerability has come on the set piece. That's a terrific job right there from Egbo, working his way at the top, and then Dotson trying to kind of ease the ball through. Now Dotson with a chance here if he wants to. How aggressive does he want to be? Leston Paul, not very. That's the veteran move right there. You can see some of the subs and forward players thinking, hey, maybe we can go, and Leston Paul says, no. Let's just relax. Let's calm it down a little bit. The vulnerability, though, for 901 FC has been set pieces, and again, Kevin Lambert has been very difficult for them to deal with. So that's something that Ben Pierman will want to take a look at. Louisville City's so dangerous on the attack that you have to be really buttoned up when you take on a team like that. So a few things to work on in this week of training, but this set up to be a wonderful, wonderful match and a wonderful occasion next week.
The good news is you have players that can deal with the likes of Kevin Lambert. Graham Smith and Niall Oga certainly capable. You just have to put a body on them early.
Segrist to Boyce. Look at the effort level that time coming in. Jean A is not giving it up.
At this point for Phoenix Rising, it's all about pride, right? No, you're not going to get any points out of this match, but Rick Shantz he's looking, at his roster, looking at his lineup, searching for players that are going to want to fight for the side, fight for the club, and get them back to where the club really should be.
Now he looks somewhat miserable, and it would be hard to blame him at this point. You can see Ben Pierman is out on the touchline, shouting instructions, doing his thing, and Shantz is just kind of sort of hanging out by the dugout. Just looks kind of a defeated man, and at this point you lose 5 of 6, get down into the lower ranks of the. That's a tough situation. As you mentioned, Phoenix doesn't like to be there. And whenever you're a head coach and your team is down there, that's a very uncomfortable situation.
Very uncomfortable situation, certainly for him, for the players, for ownership as well. They've got a lot of pride, at that club. It's a great club, and so is 901 FC. And so, of course, it was always going to be a huge challenge for Phoenix to come across the country into this hostile environment with this great crowd, the Bluff City Mafia, and the oppressive heat, if you will. But it looks like tonight, as Bobby Kudrai mentioned earlier, Phoenix was the team that was traumatized and not 901 FC.
A couple of Celtic crossing corners here, if you can call them that, to wrap things up. This is just keep it right here in the corner and see this match out. Memphis 901 FC will take win number 6 here at AutoZone Park. And now it's just a matter of time. Another Celtic crossing corner. Going to pad those corner stats as the official says that is it. The whistle's blown. We say goodnight with a victory. Final score of this one, Memphis 901 FC wins it over Phoenix Rising 3-1. 3 terrific goals scored, 3 terrific points for Memphis 901 FC, and they maintain their position right just outside the very top of the Eastern Conference playoff position. We'll take one final look at highlights, and we'll wish you goodbye when we return here. Phoenix, Memphis 3-1 is the final score. Memphis 901 FC, a winner tonight from AutoZone Park.
That big rig that ran up all over you left you with a lifetime of injuries that's going to require a lifetime of care. Somebody's going to have to pay a lot of money for a long time. That adjuster doesn't want to hear that, and he sure doesn't want to write that check. We're going to have to fight to get it. But your life is worth this fight. Make the call. Let's get it all. 888, we fight.
Hi, I'm Alan with Pyramid Properties, the Mid-South's fast and easy home buyer. Do you have a property like this that no one wants? Or this that you don't even want? Maybe something decent that you just need fast cash for? I make it quick and easy to sell your unwanted property. Give me a call today and I'll give you a free cash offer and close on your timeline. All with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. I just need a few minutes on the phone to see if I'm the right property buyer for you. Call 901-504-5555.
That big rig that ran up all over you left you with a lifetime of injuries that's going to require a lifetime of care. Somebody's going to have to pay a lot of money for a long time. That adjuster doesn't want to hear that, and he sure doesn't want to write that check. We're going to have to fight to get it. But your life is worth this fight. Make the call. Let's get it all. 888, we fight.
Three big points for Memphis 901 FC and three good goals scored as well. 3-1 is the final at AutoZone Park. Win number 6 in a row for Memphis 901 FC here at AutoZone Park. And it was one that came with an awful lot of fireworks, J.J. Greer. It was a matchup with an awful lot of chances, and it could have been a lot more than 3-1, quite frankly.
It could have been. It probably should have been if it wasn't for Ben Lunt, the massive goalkeeper in between the sticks for Phoenix Rising. Time and time again, he made kick save after kick save on Philip Goodrum, the man right there, the number 10 up top for 901 FC. But in the end, 901 FC was absolutely relentless in attack. And also there was some silly decisions from Phoenix Rising, from one Phoenix Rising player in particular. They got the red card, and Graham Smith, of course, came up with the go-ahead goal to get the win. As you can see, the Phoenix Rising players celebrating in front of the Bluff City Mafia home supporters.
Philip Goodrum, you mentioned him earlier. He is indeed tonight's man of the match. The opening goal scored by Goodrum, who had a number of opportunities even before that. Could have had 3 or 4, as we mentioned, but this is the one that went in off that left post and into the back of the net to open the scoring for Memphis 901 FC. His 10th goal of the season, only the 3rd player for Memphis 901 FC to score 10 goals in a season, and he's got a lot more season to go. Maybe Kyle Murphy's 20 might be under a little bit of threat. Stats for tonight's game. We look at the final stat tally, and it was a dominant one for Memphis 901 FC with 10 shots on target.
That's a lot of shots on target, and to be able to put 3 of those into the back of the net, a 30% conversion rate, that's really, really good. 901 FC, of course, one of the top teams in the entire USL Championship when it comes to goal conversion and shots on goal. And, you know, possession evened out a little bit more in the second half of this match as Phoenix was trying to fight back into this match, but, of course, a silly decision by one of their players, caused this game to not be in their reach. So a really good performance tonight from 901 FC. I think it's a fair result in the end.
It is a fair result, and it is a good result if you are a 901 FC fan, a member of the Bluff City Mafia, or just somebody watching at home. Again tonight, what a matchup it was, and what a victory for Memphis 901 FC. Final score of this one, 3-1, setting up a huge Saturday in 1 week's time. Thanks so much for joining us. For J.J. Greer and all of us here, I'm Peter Edmiston. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.